Hi, I'm from China, and right now I live in Hangzhou, Zhejiang province. It's very near to Shanghai here. And my first name is Sun. Yeah, that's my family name.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll introduce myself, Rochelle, and I live near Boston in the United States. And so I have a YouTube channel that I started with my daughter to help people learn English.
How about we talk about English learning?
Yeah, that's what I thought that would be a good idea. So if you want to let me know how long you've been learning English.
Too long, I can't remember. Yeah, but right now I'm a graduate student, so in my spare time I do some part-time job, and I choose to help those students in high school or junior school, to help them with their study. And I find a very interesting phenomenon. I met a boy. He said English is useless for him except to take the exams. He said that so he doesn't want to study English, and his mom paid me to help like persuade. Can I use the word
persuade? Yes. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Yeah. I have a daughter and she's 11, and I was trying to convince her to learn Spanish so she could have a second language. And it's really difficult for parents to try to persuade their children. Why would it be good to learn another language? To get them to want to learn it. And I get that if this child is, I'm guessing when you say junior, like it's probably similar age as my daughter. And I think to learn another language, I think you have to actually want to. And that's hard to probably convince a middle-aged, I'm going to say, if you're saying junior, I'm guessing they're between ages 11 and 13, maybe.
Oh yeah,
right?
Around.
So if they don't want to learn the language, it would be hard for mom to persuade that child. But maybe you, as being like this, not mom's age, but like maybe you would be like, oh, it's really important, it'll be great for this, great for that. You would maybe have a better chance of persuading this student to why they would want to learn English than mom. I'm guessing. But still difficult if they don't want to learn it, right?
Yeah. And his mom also asked me to teach him learn some very basic English. Yeah. But he told me, first of all, he doesn't want to go to a very like the first very prestigious university. Yeah, she doesn't want to go to a very famous university. So he doesn't need to get a very high score.
Okay.
And his second reason is he is sure he'll never go abroad in his whole life.
Oh wow.
So, and the third reason is his ideal job is to being a cook.
Right.
So he thinks that he'll never use English in his work, in his future work.
Right. So that's a hard sell to say, why would you want to learn English if you are not going to go to that prestigious university, you're not going to use it in your job, and you're not planning to travel abroad, then
Yeah.
why bother taking the time and the effort? Because it's a lot of effort to learn another language. And I get that. Like, I struggle with my daughter, and I was actually paying someone to try to teach her Spanish, and she didn't want to learn. But she's gifted. Like, I think, like, when she started to learn it, she picked up on it really quickly, but she doesn't want to learn it. And it's the same thing. Like, I try to say, let's do piano lessons. And she's gifted at playing piano, but she doesn't want to do it. And it's really difficult if they don't want to learn something. And it's not like a necessity. Like, some things were like, okay, it was necessary for her to learn to read. That's necessary in life. But okay, you don't really have to learn how to play the piano. You don't really have to learn how to speak another language. But I think it's so great to know that. And I think it's really good for your brain to know another language. But to try to convince a child, in that age range where they don't want to, like, that's a difficult age range to work with. And
Yeah, very difficult.
yeah,
And especially in China, if you want to like take an exam to a university, whether it's a very famous university or just ordinary one, you have to take the 高考, and English is the. Do you know the word the Chinese word 必修?
no, I don't really know any Chinese words
Uh,
at all.
wait, let me look
That's fine.
it up.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, that could work. I mean, sometimes it's finding the reason why, and it's hard. I work at a high school, so I work with students that are probably 16 to 18 years old. And it's easier than working with that 11 to 13-year-old population. I don't teach them language, but what I do is I actually help them with all their applications to university and their applications to try to sign up for money, like, financial help to pay for the university or college. That's like my job. And it's much easier. I'll tell you, like, I have a son that is the same age, and he's doing fine. But when it came to doing all of the college stuff, even though I know better than he knows, like, he didn't want to listen to me because I'm mom, right? But the same age students, they'll be sitting with me, and I'm like, why won't my son listen to me like you will listen to me? Because they're not my son, they're not my daughter, right? They're going to listen to me because I am here, and I'm not mom, I'm not dad, I'm working in the high school. But the same, like, working with my son, no, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm mom, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
I think children they have less patience towards their parents.
Yes. And I realized that too. Like, I thought this job that I have, which I've done for 5 years, would be so helpful with helping my son to apply to college. But little did I know that he didn't want my help, or didn't, want to work with me. I'm like, okay, well, it was still helpful. I mean, I still had, I think ultimately he did ask me some questions and say, what do you think of this? And what do you think of that? But a lot of things he was like, no, I know what I'm doing. I don't need your help. And that was frustrating. And the same frustration of the language, because I really, really, in the US, is not like, the education system does not put as much importance to learn a second language. And they don't really offer it until the students get to high school. And for most schools anyway. And so I really wanted my children to learn another language before. So I tried to get them to learn, either like with apps, like there's Duolingo, or I actually paid somebody to teach my daughter. And I just was not that successful. I think at least I gave them some exposure to a language and they learned something. So maybe someday, if they ever pick it up again, they can maybe have an easier time of it. but they were not that, they didn't want to do it.
You know, I also talked about why we, the other reason why we have to put so much effort in learning math. You know, the math we learn in China is much difficult than you guys learn in America. Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like the math we learn in junior school. You guys may learn it in high school or even in
Absolutely.
university. Yeah,
Yes.
even in university. Yeah.
Yes.
So, so at the end, the boy and I ascribed why we Chinese students are so poor to learn too much stuff. We ascribe it to our population because we have so many people, but the job opportunities are limited.
Limited, right?
Yeah, and the student number those prestigious university can have are also limited.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
So the government have to do that to, like, screen the talents. You know the word. Does it make sense? Screen the
Yeah,
talent.
screen, right, makes sense. They want to make sure like who has that knowledge and that ability to do certain jobs. And
Yeah, they have
yeah.
to find a method to screen the talents. Those people, screen those people who have a better memory, who have a better logic thinking, or like who are more diligent,
Diligent.
hardworking,
Yeah.
diligent, hardworking. Yeah, they want to screen those people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
I'm just gonna put you on mute for a second so I can ask my son. It's morning. I'm gonna ask him if he needs a ride. Okay, we're all set. He doesn't need a ride for a bit.
I think the internet connection.
Yeah, well, it's fine. I think
Hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Oh.
Your internet connection's getting, because it's we've been talking for a while anyway.
Oh yeah. So what else do you want to ask?
I think for today this will be good. We can do this again in a couple weeks if you want. Because I think we've been talking for 40 minutes, and obviously I'll cut out the middle part of our conversation. It's going to take me a bit to get it online because I'm having some computer issues, but I'm going to get my son to fix it.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you so much. And I'd love to have another conversation with you in the future if you're willing.
Yeah, I'm willing to.
Absolutely. I enjoyed talking to you. It was really interesting. And I'm not sure if you, we didn't talk, I didn't tell you a lot about myself, but next time maybe we can talk more if you want to learn more about life here. I live near Boston, so I can tell you about what life is like here.
Yeah, I do want to know.
Absolutely.
I do want to know.
So next time we can do that. I can tell you more about that and what's it like here.
Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Have a nice evening.
Bye.
Outside the world. Bye-bye.